Born at British colonial city Howrah, Mr. Shatadru Sovan Banduri is a Delhi-based multidisciplinary artist. He has received the prestigious Fulbright Scholarship at the University of California. His works are based on the idea of inquiry merged with the concepts of desire, fantasy, body, mind, global and social justice. He has been continuously working on action and amalgamation of South Asian gender dogma and sexuality. He considers performance art as a behavioral art. Mr. Shatadru has done more over 30 performances in India, US, Mexico, South Africa, China, Vietnam, Nepal, and Bangladesh. He has a strong national international exhibition history in different galleries, museums, art fairs, and art biennales, including USA, Malaysia, Korea, Hong Kong, South Africa, Vietnam, Iran, Germany, and many more. Mr. Banduri is an eminent and celebrated artist with 11 solo shows, 6 museum exhibitions, 25 art residencies, 6 biennales, 7 art fairs, and 44 art performances at different platforms across the globe. We welcome you, sir. Welcome, Shatadru, in our session Art Pe Charcha. It's a small initiative taken by the Library Cell Satyam Fashion Institute. So first, like in your introduction, we said this: you are known as a multidisciplinary artist. So what exactly our viewers and our attendees wants to know what multidisciplinary means? What exactly it means?
Okay, art is nowadays is a gizmo. So we across the many layers done a lot of things. In our art colleges, we go through lot of things. Now there is a no barrier or boundary. Like essentially, you have to do painting or you have to do sculpture. Now everything is together, and the experience come together, and that is the main thing in the multidisciplinary art. And the thin line between the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. What is multidisciplinary? Means not the same genre. Like painting and printmaking is the same genre. If we photography is the same genres. If people working with the printmaking and painting, that is called interdisciplinary. Multidisciplinary is almost opposite, like sound and painting, light and painting, or somewhere the the installation and painting, so performance and painting. So all different genres when coming together is a multidisciplinary art. So my work is dedicated to multidisciplinary work, and I feel is possible for Shantiniketan. Shantiniketan is a schooling where we learn all those things. We learn performance, we learn sculpture, we learn textile, and all kind of experience coming together to my work.
Oh, very nice. So your study happened from Shanti Niketan. Uh, okay, very nice. So multidisciplinary means amalgamation of different kind of art. So as it is visible behind you that your paintings are somewhere related to digital art and handmade art and some electronics you also use in your painting. So
Give you
this is
some
called,
samples.
yeah.
I will show you some samples. So here is my work. So 3 layers to my painting and I cut it. And the back side is a viscosity print on the glass. And again, I create the frames. So everybody have their inherent skill. So I taught from Shantiniketan very miniature skill. So I use the skill as well as I learned in California. I learned the technology. So I use my technological skill, and both are amalgamate at one form. So now I can show you other form. You can see I think you can see where I use the laser cutting. Is called laser engraving. And so both I'm just mixing with the polycarbonate sheet, and here is my painting. So all together making a dimension. And again, my forms are my shapes are very uniform because I'm working with the gender and sexuality, because gender and sexuality is very multidimensional.
Very interesting work, Shatadru. Thanks for sharing. Oh, okay. You're showing something more.
Handle the different material. So different material also give the different opportunity. I want to work with very flexible, and when I work with this kind of material, I'm very heavy. I have to be careful about this. How when I hold this, when I go to the market and I choose this material, then I have to think about that possibility. So the both possibility are not same. So that is the factor when you go to the market. It's not just you just randomly pick up some things and I do it. It's very much meaningful to how to fabricate in your work. So here is a light. Here is a button. I can control the light. I can control with the light. So many of my recent shows, this was collection of Iran Museum. So this is the second part. And these are all LED work. So these are all LED work, but here I use various things. So here is my painting images, scan it, and then I put it here. But some object I created in 3D Max, some other software. So not only one things, here is mixing with the multiple things. And here is my photography. So all together is coming in one form. It's called multidisciplinary art.
Okay, so if we want to conclude this question, the answer is that multidisciplinary art is the amalgamation of different kind of visual art present in our present scenario. Like photography can be incorporated, we can use graphic designing as well. We can amalgamate our painting in multiple options. ठीक है, हमारे हिंदी जो लिसनर्स हैं वो उनके लिए ये बहुत आसान है समझना कि जो भी मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी आर्ट है वो सब डिफरेंट डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ आर्ट का डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कलाओं का एक मिश्रण है, जिसमें आप फोटोग्राफी भी यूज कर सकते हैं, जिसमें आप डिजिटल कोई सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू किसी चीज को यूज कर सकते हैं, पेंटिंग कर सकते हैं ट्रेडिशनल। और शताद्रु के काम में एक और इम्पोर्टेंट चीज हमें देखने को मिली कि जो ट्रेडिशनल काइंड ऑफ फ्रेमिंग है, जो स्क्वायर या रेक्टेंगुलर फ्रेमिंग होती है, ये उसके साथ भी बहुत अच्छा प्ले करते हैं। कुछ पेंटिंग इन्होंने दिखाई, कुछ आर्ट वर्क इन्होंने दिखाया जो सर्कुलर शेप में है, कुछ ईरान से इंस्पायर्ड होकर इन्होंने दिखाया कि उनके फ्रेमिंग में भी बहुत ज्यादा कार्विंग और बहुत दूसरी चीजें हैं। वेरी नाइस। सो कमिंग टू आवर टॉपिक शताद्रु, before that I'd like to thank our attendees that they are cooperating, they started cooperating कि उन्होंने थोड़ा थोड़ा म्यूट कर दिया है। Now we have got our speaker in front of us. तो शताद्रु, अब ये परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट जो है, जो कभी कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है हमें परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट के साथ, विजुअल आर्ट के साथ, तो ये परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट को हम कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? हाउ वी विल डिफाइन परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट?
Performance art actually not music, theater or dance. Is a different, not a tempo, extempo or not a athlete. Is actually utilize of space and body and mind. So how we can say that dance, theater and extempo not going to be a performance art? So what is the difference? There is a thin difference. When the theater person or movie person doing the script and they doing the narration, or dancer is practicing the dance and they deliver the dance. But here the performance art is totally improvising. Like or in the cinema, everything is pre-decided, written script. Or dancer also do the practice, long practice, and then they deliver the dance ultimately. And extempo also write a speech and they do deliver. But here the main difference between the performance art, we don't prepare anything, but we have a thought. We just jump on the space, and all the time we create that space a different way. So what is the basic difference in outdoor and indoor? Like you know the indoor is a structure, sometimes a square, sometimes it's round. So how you can be a space inside the space, and how occupy the space and change meaning. I'm telling that uh, you know the logic, how when the art is art. So when the art is art, when you listen a poetry, there is a kind of a line you cannot concrete about the things, but there is a line and stanza. After that you get a feelings. So and the when you read the story, like a narration, and the illustration is just exactly copy paste of the story. Our performance art is more like a poetry. Like there is a feelings, you can get the feelings uh, inside the space, but not concrete like a ditto copy. Like if I'm holding a pot, is not meaning the pot, but it's something else. You have to find out the meaning. And um, how you find out your knowledge. Like I reading a pot as a pot, but you reading a pot as a oven, like a oven cook. So whatever the meaning you comes in your mind, it's according to our society, our periphery, our knowledge, our baggage, that things coming. So when we come to the space, we, like when you do the painting, when we draw a canvas, we know the height and weight. When we build a sculpture, we know there is a three dimensional. Again, our work is very 360 dimensional. Like you have sky, you have earth, you have a weight and height. So you have to, when you do performance, you have to touch your out, upper space, down space, and the side space, on all the space. Just performer not stand one point and perform and finish. It's not like that. You have to use the all space. Like again, you can enroll your viewers, you can in between the viewers, you can roam around. So all those space. I start my I'm just giving a little brief about my career. Like when I 2000 I 1998 I go to Shantiniketan. 94 and 95 I got like Badal Sarkar is a very famous um, performance artist, and he take a 2 years workshop in Shantiniketan. I joined his workshop, and after that we regularly do street performance. And we that time we learn that itself you have a character. You have your skin is your costumes. You don't need the makeup, no periphery. Like you just behave. That is the performance. Why I say that performance art is a behavior art? Like every day you take a tea, and you watch your other family member how they taking a tea. All are different, because that is behavior art. That is behavior. So now you as an artist, you observe that behavior. Like sleeping. Like everybody sleeping a different way or different manners. That is the behavior art. So as an artist, you observe all those things and you gather the experience. So this is my sleeping, and this is my eating or my habit. So turn to the art as an art form. If you put it in a box, that is the performance art. So as a beginner, I just advise you guys, don't think about performance art is a big word. Obviously it's a new art form, and there no schooling, and no schooling is possible, only for knowledge. Like your understanding of society and understanding of your journey, that is the basic things to the step. So no need to learn anything, just the how to begin. When you guys stay alone at the room, just uh, either close the door and you feel that no one inside the room, or maybe the inside many people, and you just open up yourself and you talk yourself. and that is the main thing. And when I give the workshop, I first, my workshop is a blindfold. Like I give the putty on the eyes. And why I give the putty on the eyes, जब भी आप आंख बंद करते हो, आप आपके आंखों के सामने बहुत सारे चीज आ जाते हैं। और फिर मैं क्या करता हूँ, that is the technique of Badal Sarkar. I used to pronounce that you are flying at the sky. How you feel? Now your hand is slowly shaking. Now your leg is shaking. So everybody is doing fabulous things in my class. So this is the process. You have to drag down your own inner soul, and you perform. Everybody inside have a performance capability and ability. So just drag down and on the spot. And a main thing, I just say the outdoor and indoor sport. So if you go to the hillside, and how is mandatory that you use that character's ability. Like you are in a room is very muddy or some savvy. So how you can evolve, because we are artists, we evolve different things in different space. Or if I go to somewhere I feel very sad, so you evolve that things, and you have drag down that characters to your work.
Oh,
So
very
that's the
well.
main important thing. When you go to outdoor, when you go to indoor, that's the basic things.
Okay, so we can understand this, the meaning of performance art, that first it is different from normal music, dance performances, acting performances. It is different from them. It is like a visual art. In in concluding remark, I can say that if somebody is making painting, painting should be indirect. In the same way, if somebody is performing, the performance should be indirect. Like if somebody, you have given an example that a lady is having a bucket in her hand, it doesn't mean that the literal meaning should not be predicted. किसी को ये ना लगे कि वो लड़की बस एक वो बॉक्स लेके खड़ी है. देयर शुड बी इनडायरेक्ट मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. उसका एक इनडायरेक्ट मीनिंग भी होना चाहिए. आपके परफॉर्मेंस से उसका एक इनडायरेक्ट मीनिंग दिखना चाहिए. और आपको 5 डायमेंशनल प्रैक्टिस करनी है. आपने बच्चों के लिए बहुत अच्छा बताया कि दे कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम देयर ओन. खुद आईने के सामने खड़े होके खुद कुछ काम करने की कोशिश करें और धीरे धीरे उसमें आगे बढ़े. So what I understood, this is all about the performance art. You want to add something more in Shatadru?
Yes, yeah, is a time-based action. Yeah. And performance art is the communication with a tool, utilize body, space, and action, artistic expression in time-based action. So time-based action is very important. One-time action, like when you do one thing, is done. It's never going to copy. It's never going to you again did it. If the same things you can do other space, it's not going to the same. Or you can capture the moment. It's not the same feelings. Like that's why I encourage my viewer, just come to my performance art show. So you know, whatever the feelings you get in your heart, that is the performance art. Only performance art give the feelings, enjoyment. And in the performance, when we do the performance art, we all the time we interact with the viewers. Like how we can touch them, or we give them some our light. They also think that it's very okay. Now I'm looking so much some kind of different activity. Now it's a very regular activity. So that they important things.
Okay.
Is a binocular narrative of the body. Binocular narrative of the body means, binocular means when you looking at eyeglass, so you magnifying the gist, and then you get the main things, the binocular things.
Okay, so we have one viewers of this session. She is our respected principal, so she wants to say something. Ma'am, please unmute yourself and we can talk. We are running short of time, तो हम दोबारा से भी join कर सकते हैं. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so thank you first of all, Mr. Satadru, for joining with us. It is really nice to hear you and the new perspective which we have got on art. The only thing I want to ask here is that I heard the conversation, and what I'm getting out of it is that it is more of a metaphorical study which we see in case of performance arts, if I'm getting it right. Like, we are talking about hidden expressions, we are talking about the feelings, the baggage which people have in their mind, and they try to interpret it in form of artistic expression. So just wanted to know that how can, like, we if we talk about applied arts, which is already there, an application of arts in different fields, so how is this performance arts can be differentiated from applied arts? If you can just help me understand, or others, our participants as well. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's not nurture your character is all we carry, but we don't know ourselves. We just have to open up ourselves, and that is the performance art. Applied art is everything, like art and documentation. What is applied art? Everywhere is applied art. A kitchen is applied art, and is a TV is applied art. So in everything is in our applied art is including, like when we do the documentation, when we make the video, that is applied art, absolutely applied art. So without applied art, we cannot go it. Like we produce our catalogs, we produce our CD. Okay? So I'll just show you one. My CD was published at Korea. So this is also applied art. So every catalogs is applied art. So without applied art, we cannot move on.
Okay, nice, very nice. So, Shatadru, we understood multidisciplinary art. What is multidisciplinary art? Then we understood what is performance art. I encourage our viewers and attendees to ask questions. Raise your hand and unmute yourself, and then they can ask questions. Now we have two more sectors, which I want to discuss with you. First, if somebody wants to do this performance art, so what are the avenues and what are the opportunities across the world or India they can avail? कहाँ पे जाके वो करे परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट? ठीक है, प्रैक्टिस के लिए तो आपने बताया कि यू कैन स्टार्ट योर रियाज फ्रॉम योर होम ओनली, you can lock yourself into room and start doing these things. But once you feel that my art should go beyond yourself, beyond myself, it should go to the audience, what are the avenues and platforms जहाँ पे वो perform कर सकते हैं?
Okay, India have a like North India has a very different genre. South India has a very different genre. East India also has a different genre. West India also has a different genre. All the area like North, West have a platform. In Delhi, we also have a lot of platform. Like I also organize a hexidexy box. It's a platform, so people can come and do the exercise. Like we have to do firstly, there's a broad scope. There is a lot of residency. There is lots of grant, but you have to make your portfolio. Like when you go to exhibit your artwork, you have to make your portfolio. So build up your portfolio, make your things. So we give the opportunity to the platform because well, what is the XDXC box? I just brief. Like we do practice in our studio. We cannot get out our studio and seeing something different. So XDXC box is giving an opportunity to think different, go out and among with the other artists and do perform. So there is many more organization like In Process and Morning Hill Biennale. In India, we are lucky we have a Biennale, performance Biennale. It's called Morning Hill Biennale. So the beautiful place, and they organizing I think 4 or 5 years. When the Biennale is starting, I was the first curator of the session. So triple T projects. So India have a lot of opportunity and lot of avenue. A door is open. So you have to find out the where you have to go and where is the possibility. And possibility of the grant, there is a like many more things. Like I used to go to like in a year I used to travel 6 times or 8 times in a abroad, and all the time I get the grant, and then I travel. So and if you think the money making, I just told one big name, Nikhil Chopra does one performance is a millennium. He does a project, is a project. So there's a many things like I know many performance artists selling their clothes. Like after performance art, there's all object is a the art object they sell. So and the photograph, the whole things, a photograph gonna show, and making a catalogs and a lot of possibility. It's not that performance art because performance art is very vast. Selling the CD, like I show that CD. They in Korea. Just a minute. This CD they sold in the time.
Shatad, yeah, please.
Yeah, so you can see the CD and the catalogs. So they making the catalog. So there is a lot of possibility. And after that photograph, they are the like in Mexico we working with a 40 photographer, and all photographer take the photographs with our performance and they sell, and there is a big exhibition and big possibility. So the performance art again a multidisciplinary process. There is a many avenue like applied art, like a cataloging. There is a publicity. There is a lot of genres together,
Very
and
nice.
they are very new to grown up. So if someone think to make a career on this, so it's a broad prospects, longer prospects.
Okay, so in last line you said if somebody wants to make career, and you have given example of Nikhil Chopra as well. So इससे हम ये समझ सकते हैं, we can easily identify that if somebody wants, then he or she can make career in performance art as well, but it will take time.
Yes.
So it's a story of all kind of art. Art takes time to make career. But please a little just elaborate some more things related to career making in this field. If somebody wants to have bread and butter from an earning from this performance art only, how one can approach towards it?
I told you it's a very new thing, performance art in India as well as all over the country. So as I see when I go to the other festival, I ask them that how you going to earn. They says that we don't get the earns, but sometimes we get the grant. So
Okay.
only the grant they sustain. And for me also, I don't get kind of selling my performance art. Performance art actually is not that much sellable, but obviously you get a satisfaction, you get a mental recreation or mental refreshment. And when you create a painting and when you do the performance, the same kind of thing. When you do painting, there is a storage, there is a putting somewhere, or you maintain. But in performance art, when you done is finished. So you going to make a like a multiple copy photographs and you can exhibit. So there is a multiple options, but not very bigger thing as a earning opportunity. Only the grant, there is a few grant, and like Serendipity Festival in Mumbai, they give very big amount for the all performer.
Oh, so we have two news, one positive and one negative. The first negative is that we don't have that much scope, but to earn something from this art. But the positive is that this is a new kind of art. So if you are doing something experimental, if you are approaching towards this, if you are heading towards this, you can easily get some grants from different kind of art university across world and different art societies. And after having those grants, you can travel, as Shatadru said that he traveled across the world only with the help of grants. So students especially who wants to have experience of this performance art as well, they can apply for some grants after making some portfolio, and they can easily get those grants. For that, Shatadru is here. You can ask questions, and you can have Shatadru on. You can follow him on his Twitter, Facebook, and what Insta handle, YouTube handle. He has lot of very interesting performance which is already uploaded there, and he is a very celebrated and very famous artist, visual artist as well, what you can see in the background. So we have Shatadru, we have Aditi Agrahari. She wants to ask a question. Aditi, please unmute yourself and ask a question. Aditi,
Good
can you?
afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
So I want to ask that if we are creating performance art, then we can address some common concepts about our daily life issues that we often avoid to talk in our community.
Yeah, there is a many layers of performance art. I just briefly I could say. Just a minute. One aspect is a daily activity. How the daily activity is your object. Like you use the daily you read the daily object, but when you do perform, you reading upside down. So whatever you read the object like a is a shape of a cup. If you holding this side, and suddenly when you perform, you just put on your palm the cup and you perform. So whatever the object, whatever is not we create the object. When I say whatever the object we use is not a props. We use our daily life element, but is a different way. I'm just saying that we wear the pant in the downside, and the performance, when you do the performance, if I wear the pant in my hand, so the I just give the another vocabulary to the pant or shirt. If I wear the shirt in the down part, so I completely make the different creation of that object. The object, sometimes you can see that a performance, they hammered, they're breaking that something like a big pot they're breaking, and after that they try to fix it up, but it's a very different process. So daily, whatever the daily life object is coming to our artwork is a basic things.
Okay, so Aditi, you can definitely take the inspiration from normal day, and you can have daily life things as a supporter of your performance. But one thing you have to take care that your performance should give some message. Am I right,
Yes.
Shatadru? Yeah. So now
Yes.
we have a second question from Rahul. Rahul, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, Rahul, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask, earlier you described performance, the distinction between various other performance arts and the performance art you practice, as that dance and music and all the other visual arts, all the other theatrical arts have a little bit of practice involved beforehand as compared to the performance art you were describing. So since I practice a little bit of theatrical arts, I wanted to ask you, since impromptu is a big part of theatrical arts and it is also done without any practice, so how would we make the distinction? And if we don't make the distinction, would impromptu be uh, can be categorized as the performance art you are describing to us?
Yeah, performance art is a improvisation art, and is a on spot, like spontaneous, like you just you don't know the space, you just jump on the space, but you don't have any plan. Like there is a lot of people, maybe you just go inside the crowd, but it's not pre-planned, and you act like a very at the moment. like हम लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, उसके अंदर ऐसा एक टैलेंट है, जब जैसे कोई कोई घटना घटता है वो तुरंत एक्शन लेता है, और कुछ कुछ लोग होता है जहाँ पे घटना हुआ वहीं पे खड़ा रहता है, हम बोलते हैं ना उसके अंदर एक इंटेलिजेंस है, suddenly you decide कर सकते हैं. So in performance art the main funda is a suddenly you have to act. You don't know you're throwing some balls, it's not going to drop the same center, but sometimes when you perform we act something but it's not really do exact, then and there we just do that wrong thing to right. There is a process to do that. Like I'm just telling the sometime we open the umbrella and it's not opening, but you take as an action, we try to open it. So not is like you have to open it, you very slowly you just act with that. But in a theater or in a things you pre-decided, the first scene and second scene and you have to say. But here is no decision like pre-decided idea, you just have to act, yeah, whatever the body is demanding or the space demanding, according to that, very much improvising the things.
So making
And
it simpler.
we
Yeah.
don't use the props, here like in a theater we use, like in cinema we use the props background. Here is everything is our props, every element is our props, that's why I don't call is a props, everything is our object, our daily life's object, our object. Like a toothbrush is our object, but sometimes if I don't put the toothbrush the same way or the other way, so how is how the thing look like, you can imagine that. And I know one performer did 1 hour just a backside, he rubbed that teeth, and the other side is something is the bubbles is coming, and all the things is coming. So that is the performance art, not the regular things. Regular things have to be irregular way, in a artistic manner.
Okay, so make it simpler. That Rahul's question was that if I am doing a theater practice, which is I have already rehearsed, but there is something impromptu. कभी कभी उसमें ही improvisation करना पड़ता है. So what you are saying that performance art is completely impromptu. You don't have any, completely improvised. वहाँ पे पेड़ भी होगा अगर कोई, तो you can use पेड़ as an object or as a prop. बट थिएटर में मैक्सिमम चीजें प्लान्ड होती हैं, कुछ कुछ इम्प्रोवाइजेशन हो सकता है, यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम चीजें इम्प्रोवाइज्ड ही होती हैं. That's okay. So can anybody has any other question? No. So Shatadru, just tell me one thing, that if somebody is having painting as a career, theater as a career, sculpture as a career, and they are getting lot of benefits or lot of fame through that. Obviously it takes time, but they at the end of the day they have these kind of things. So can performance art be performance art enhance the portfolio of the same artist? If a painter is doing performance art, तो क्या वो परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट करके उसकी पेंटिंग की एबिलिटी ज्यादा अच्छी हो सकती है, या वो अपना फेम ऐड करने में, पोर्टफोलियो आगे बढ़ाने में उसको और भी ज्यादा यूज कर सकता है, या एक आर्टिस्ट को एक जैसा ही काम करना चाहिए? लाइक अ पेंटर शुड डू ओनली पेंटिंग और स्कल्पटर शुड डू ओनली स्कल्पचर्स, या वो परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट कोई भी कर सकता है?
Okay. So what we do, we just carving, a sculpting, a theme, a thought. So it's not necessary that you doing with the sculpting or you doing painting. So it's an amalgamation of your theme or thought. So there is a possibility you can do it painting, you are doing it sculpture, you do it installation, you do it in animal, everywhere theme and thought is same, but you can change the medium. Like you doing oil and sometimes you doing pastels, or sometimes you doing pen. So what is the difference? You just playing with a different medium, but your theme and thought was the same. So again, when the performers are doing a performance, when the performance, like Nikhil Chopra does a very big painting, is a 2 hour, 3 hours long performance art, and he does a painting. I never did it, but I use a lot of vocabulary of my visual aesthetics with my the work. I always empathy about the theme and thought. I did big research about my theme and thought, and then I did it. One more things I like to say, that sometimes you can see that the very performance art is a challenging art. You can say that a lot of time people cutting the heart, a hand, and the blood is coming out. But I gonna say that uh, if you do like that, or sometime I saw that a lot of people just open their clothes and show their nudity, and shart it's not okay with that. You can show it optional, you can show your body part or not body part, but the more challenge without open your clothes, how does indulge and how involve like sexuality or sensuality to your viewer, that is more challenge. And I feel that is more effective. Like is a 1 minute job to I open my shirt, I open my pants, it's a 1 minute job. That is not a like a challenge. But without open up your pant or open your clothes, and how you drag your viewer to that sensible the platform.
Message.
So that is the more challenge. And without cutting your hand, how you show that pain, or how you showing that your blood is inside, or your blood is flowing in your body. So that is the main dogma in this event.
Yeah, that was my second question, but you have already given answer of gave answer of this question. So viewers and all the attendees, it's a very strong and very important message Shatadru has given, that if you want to show eroticism or nudity, you can there is an easy way to do that. Open your shirt, open your costume, whatever you are wearing. But without that, if you are creating that that situation of eroticism, without that, if you are creating, that is the aesthetics of this art, that is the beauty of this art. So one more question came. I'm not recognizing the name, but sir, what is the purpose of performance art? What is the purpose? One of our attendees wants to ask, what is the purpose, why we are doing performance art?
A communication tool is a communication tool, utilize body and space action, mean aesthetics expression. That is the main thing. And it take a state of mind. Like when you do performance, is a state of mind, is state of body. And there like there is a more genre. There is a bodyscape, there is a mindscape, there is a like a landscape. You call landscape, we call bodyscape. Like only the body is performing. So just 1 minute I just say, like I told I start the learning from Badal Sarkar, and then I did my practice, and then I think 2000 I go to California, then I learn a different aspects. So my class like in my teachers, teacher told that, okay, you also how we can show the intelligence. So that is the stuck point when I go to US. And she told another thing, like okay, why you guys are common, why you guys say, you guys proclaim that you are an artist, so why not you look or your thinking, you say that your thinking is different. But you could not say thinking that you are just a common people. So I say, why you say that? So she says that when you go to the crowd, you look different. That is your creativity. So how you gonna do that? Like your identity is your identity, not is a common identity. So that is also make me a haunt, that how we could make a different identity in our artwork. Because like everybody doing what maximum people are doing with a tape or thread is very common. So when we saw that things, and just do whatever the people are doing, you not to use that, you eliminate. Like people are doing these things, this is a cliche. So I have to do invent new thing, a new element, in my hand. The art is always curiosity. Like what we present in the exhibition is a curiosity. Like when you saw that, oh my God, I cannot think, but you think it. That is the art. So in the performance art, we always try to create a curiosity of the object. So I told before that the object is a regular object we use every day, but different manners, different way we exhibit.
Okay,
Different,
so the
very,
answer
very.
of that question is the purpose is very simple. That if it's a mode of communication. If you are making a painting, that is also a mode of communication. Somebody is writing an article, that is the mode of communication. In the same way, a performance artist is doing his performance. That is a mode of communication. He wants to communicate something to his viewers, to his society. So thank you so much, Shatadru. We have our head of department, Dr. Neetu Malhotra. I'd like to request Dr. Neetu Malhotra, please unmute yourself and give some feedback related to the talk, what happened today.
Hello, Ujjwal. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
It's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks. I, on behalf of Satyam Group of Institution and Satyam Fashion Institute, would like to thank our chairperson, ma'am, and the management, and SFI principal, Dr. Vanna Jaglan, SC principal, Vinita ma'am, SC HOD, Preeti Goyal ma'am, Dean SGMC, Mr. Alam sir, and Priyanka, SGMC head, and entire faculty members to give their presence and give their valuable time. And I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to Mr. Ujjwal Ankur for this initiative to organize the webinar Art Pe Charcha. And I would also like to extend a very special thanks to Mr. Shatadru for inspiring us. I think the way you have explained the topic will be really helpful to our students to take inspiration for the range development process. The like you have said, the performance art to explain the communication, the curiosity. So students will try to express their like emotions, their expression in terms of communication, and they will portray their inspiration in terms of performance art in future. And I would like to congratulate all the participants for their active participation in this webinar. And without the team, no event will be successful, no event is successful. So I extend my big thanks to our library cell for their team support and contribution. And again, I would like to special thanks to the management and Dr. Vanna Jaglan, our principal, for her support to organizing this event.
Thank
Over
you
to
so much.
you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Vanna Jaglan.
Ma'am, principal ma'am, I'm just coming to you. Actually, the session is taking pace. Ab jaake shuru mein we had lot of problems. But Shatadru, in addition of ma'am's comment, very good question came. Supriya has asked that is there any connection between fashion performance and normal performance art what you are talking about? जो मैम भी बोल रही थी कि हमारे बच्चों को रेंज डेवलपमेंट में ये फायदा करेगा. तो द सेम क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू दैट, नॉट सेम एग्जैक्टली, वो पूछ रही हैं कि क्या फैशन इंडस्ट्री में परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट का कोई कंट्रीब्यूशन हो सकता है तो कैसे हो सकता है. देन वी विल गो टू आवर प्रिंसिपल मैम. या प्लीज Shatadru.
Yeah, definitely very interconnected to the performance art and textile industry or fashion industry. You saw the Nikhil Chopra's work as a very, very famous performer. He always make his dress, and all the dress is different. And if you look at my performance, all the dress are different. I make the collars and I make the hand things, and there is no dress. So all the time my costumes are changed. We could not repeat the same dress to the same performance. So it is the interconnected with your textile or fashion industry. And many I know many South African artists and Western artists, German artists, my friend, they make like they thought the things, and they create the dress and according their needs. So they and they involve with the designers, and sometimes they ask that I need these things, I need that things. So lot of things involved with these things, because we does a lot of time with the costumes, and especially my performance, I all the time do lot of dressing, dressings.
Wow, nice, very
Because
nice. So very good news for Supriya and people like her, that if you are a designer and if you are a choreographer or if you are a model, you can also explore yourself as a performance artist as well. आप वहाँ पे भी थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर कीजिए, और इस सेशन से एक फायदा यही हुआ है कि आप अपने आप को केवल कोरियोग्राफर या केवल मॉडल ना नहीं कहेंगे, आप अपने आप को परफॉर्मेंस आर्टिस्ट भी बोलेंगे अगर आप कुछ वैसे एलिमेंट्स को यूज करते हैं तो. One more question came, Shatadru, we have few more minutes left, so one more question we can take. What are the elements of performance art? Like we have elements of art, we have elements of design. So those elements can be counted as elements of performance art, or we can have a different kind of elements which can be used.
I told you that element, one is body, one is mind, one is intelligence and object. So these are the core elements we gonna use, and the same dogma we going to do the performance art, like the portrait is a triangle composition. We does the same thing in performance art. The whole space is our space, like whole space as like a canvas. We divide the whole space with our own design, spontaneous design. So there is a main core element is the aesthetics, like Indian aesthetics or Western aesthetic. So all things is coming together is a binder.
Oh, that's very nice. So the answer of this question is we have elements. First is body, second is mind, and the third everything around you. The whole the complete your surrounding is a canvas basically. You have to make painting with aesthetic sense on that very canvas. So very nice. Shreya Mathur wants to ask something. Please unmute yourself and ask quickly. We are going to wrap this session up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as you yes. Yes, sir. Sir, as you said, कि performance art is so real and it's very raw and बहुत spontaneous होता है. तो sir, क्या लगता है कि आज की जो generation है, वो कितना इसको इस field में indulge होनी चाहिए? What should be the ideal attitude of today's generation in this field?
Okay, in this, so every moment you publish TikTok video, that is your performance art. And when you take your selfie and upload, that is also performance art. And when you take a friend selfie with you, that is also, that time you also involved with a act and a movement and a jerk inside. Okay, I can go and take the selfie with him or her. So that is inside, अंदर से चाहत आता है, तभी तो करते हो, नहीं तो नहीं करते ना. तो दिस इज अ बेसिक थिंग्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट. सो आप लोग जब टिकटॉक बनाते हो, वीडियो बनाते हो, तो उसको ही आप पूरा उसको मत सोचो कि हम टिकटॉक बना रहे हो. आप उसको भूल जाओ और देखो कि आप कैसे कैसे परफॉर्म कर रहे हो. अब बर्थडे पार्टी होता है, सडनली आप कैसे कैसे आपका वो दिखता है, छलांग दिखता है. तो दैट इज द परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट, जो अंदर से निकलता है, सडनली निकलता है. आप किसी मतलब आपकी बहुत पुराना दोस्त को अचानक देख जाता है रास्ते में, आप कैसे चिल्ला उठते हो. तो दैट इज द इनसाइड. आपके अंदर सब कुछ छुपा है, सब कुछ छुपा है. I say whenever I take the workshop, I say my student that you have inside everything. आप उसको खींच के निकालो, आप खींच के निकालो. तो वो खींच के निकालने का प्रोसेस मेरा था. मैं उन लोगों को बताता रहता हूँ, बोलता हूँ पूरा डार्क रूम में, और वो लोग एक्ट करते हैं, और फिर धीरे धीरे उनको पता चल जाता है कि कैसे कैसे उसको निकालना पड़ता है.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, very nice answer. It's a very nice. We can on a lighter note, we can understand that everyone is performance artist. हम अभी तक जानते नहीं थे, but हम हैं. We have to recognize that. And on a lighter note, I want to say कि अगर TikTok बना रहे हो और selfie ले रहे हो, तो भाई उसको portfolio बना के grant के लिए apply कर दो. Then you can have grant and you can travel across the world. So here, Shatadru, it was very nice session. I'd like to request our principal, ma'am, Dr. Vandana Jaglan, to come and share few words with us. Dr. Vandana Jaglan.
Yeah, thank you, Ujjwal. Thank you, Satadru. It was really fun hearing you. because first thing what I have understood, and I think everybody has got from this discussion, is that you are already yourself. Be something else, do something more, go beyond yourself. So I think that is the first takeaway for me as a person. And as many students were asking that if we can be the performance artist, so I think coronavirus has given you enough time to think again, to regain yourself, and you can be actually performance artist at this time. You can redo your portfolios, you can use certain ways, as Dr. Neetu Malhotra also said, this is the time you can rethink your designs, your developments, and present in a different way. And the most important thing which I got is, I think, don't do the obvious. Am I right?
Yes.
So I think, yeah, you see, we need to be different. So it was really fun hearing you. It was very nice the way you have shared your journey with us from the grassroots level, all the processes you have gone through, the teachings of your class. I always love that, when people understand, people have it in their mind when what you have learned in your class, it comes from the heart. So seriously, it's a very good discussion with you. And on behalf of everybody on Satyam Group of Institutions, we want to thank all the participants, all the team members, and especially Mr. Ujjwal Ankur for bringing out this innovative topic in front of everyone. So thank you, everyone. Over to you, Ujjwal. Please give your concluding remarks.
Yeah, so thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. We have now, at last, I want to say it's just an initiative taken by us called Art Pe Charcha. और उसमें हम चर्चा करते रहेंगे related to different topics of art. और हमारा एक objective है, the only objective that the session should be more informative, more fundamental, so that people can relate with it and they can have a different kind of avenues. As ma'am said, that we already have everything, we have to think in a different way. So thank you so much, Shatadru, to be a part of first session of Art Pe Charcha. अब आपके मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी एक्ट पे मैं बहुत ज़्यादा पर्सनली फैसिनेटेड हूँ. तो मेरे को एक दूसरा सेशन वी विल हैव अ डिफरेंट सेशन विद दिस काइंड ऑफ पेंटिंग, मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी पेंटिंग, मिक्स मीडिया. हम कभी बात करेंगे उसके ऊपर. थैंक यू ऑल द अटेंडीज, and special thanks goes to all the team members of library cell, all the student members and all the faculty members of library cell, HOD ma'am, principal Satyam College of Education, HOD Satyam College of Education, honorable dean mass media, Priyanka ma'am, who is HOD of mass media. So everyone, it's a holistic approach, and finally we landed with a very good session. Thank you so much, Shatadru.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, to listening me.
Thank you so much, sir.
Love you, and create some dress for me, and we can work together.
Yeah. Please join Satadru through his different social media handles, and you can have a different kind of mentorship and workshop sessions as well. Thank you so much. So we are signing off here. We will join you next week probably with a new topic, with a new speaker. Thank you so much.